Hello guys, trust you all keeping well. I am Saheed and I welcome you to a Visa Pathfinders channel. In this video, we shall demonstrate the format for Canadian resume and how to write one for a job in Canada. As you might have found out, the resume format varies from country to country. It is very crucial to have your resume in the format preferred by Canadian companies in order for you to bolster your chances of being recruited for the position that you're applying for. This video is for anyone who intends to work in Canada. The chronological or the reverse chronological resume is the structure that is ideal for anyone that wants to apply to a Canadian employer. This is your job experience in front, as most recruiters are accustomed to. Canada, typical chronological resume is recommended. Canadian resume consists of the following sections. Number one, that's your resume header, and this includes the candidate's name and the contact information. So basically, you must have the candidate's name, and as we can see on the screen right now, you would see the highlighted part which says the candidate name, the address line, and the cell phone number. So we're looking at the name of the candidate, his address line, up to the point where you would have to mention your cell phone number and your email address. Number two, you need your resume objective. For the resume objective, you need to put information about what you're applying for. So say for instance, as we have on the screen, to secure full or part-time employment as a mechanical engineer, give that as an example. Thirdly, you need to put your skills summary. So the skills summary you've got needs to be included. So whatever you think is relevant to the position, say for instance, you got a training, you got a certificate, you got a proficiency in something, you're able to do this or that, whatever it is, you need to be able to put all of those to demonstrate that you got skills that are pretty much relevant to you doing excellently well in that role. The fourth thing you need to mention is your work history or work experience. And the most recent or the current job needs to be the one on top. You need to include the organization name, the city and country where you're working, the month and year you started the job, and if it's the current job, then it needs to be till present. For the previous jobs that you've had, they need to be listed in the same way, save the fact that you would have to put the month and year you started until the month and year you ended. In your work history, you would be expected to have an accomplishment expressed as an action statement. So, and take for instance, as we have on the screen, so we have a brake press operator, and this is the company ATS Automation Tooling Systems. The town is K and the country is Sahara Republic. So this job started May 2023 and it's still present. And that goes on and on. So if you want to do that, all you need to do is to make sure that for the current job, it needs to be a continuous tense. So for instance, you can see one of these that says operating a CNC brake press in manufacturing environment, producing small quantity batches for robotic production machinery. So if this same line would be written for a previous job, all you need to do is to put it in a past tense. So for instance, you can see the same thing that we're talking about right now. If it's written for this second job, then it would be operated a CNC brake press in manufacturing environment, produced small quantity batches for robotic production machinery. So the fifth thing to include is the education. And when it comes to education, all you're looking at is to put the qualification you have achieved, put it in same chronological order from the latest one to include your degree, put the university and country, and the year you achieved that qualification. And you need to just arrange it that way from the latest. The last item that needs to be on your resume is the certification and license. So whatever certifications and licenses that you've obtained need to be here. And you can see, for instance, say for instance, you've got forklift driver's certificate from the CPS automation tooling systems, the same case city, and Sahara Republic 2006. So you would put those information. They also need to be arranged from the latest to the oldest. So, and those are the key critical things that really need to be on your resume. What are the things that you shouldn't include in your resume? Basically, you should never include a photo or personal information beyond the name and contact information. Secondly, you do not need to mention your age or your ethnicity or your culture or race because these are not important. Thirdly, you don't need to describe your marital status, children, and any other information about your family. Fourth, you do not need to mention preferences, say for instance, sexual orientation, religion, mailing address, social media, among others. So all of these are irrelevant. Lastly, so your resume does not need to include references, nor should you say the references are available upon request. Because if an employer really needs referencing, they would, in the later stages of the hiring process, request for your references. What are the recommended methods for creating Canadian style resume? You need to adapt your resume to each role in such a way that you modify your resume for each position and especially the most recent experience. So the current job market does not accept a situation whereby you use a generic resume to apply for all jobs. It is recommended that you adhere to the specifications listed in the job offering so that your resume addresses those particular needs. You also need to include a cover letter, especially where necessary, showcasing how your experience fits the job position requirement in the cover letter. Number three, you need to make sure that keywords in your resume align with those in the job posting. It is crucial to include keywords in your resume that exactly match those found in the job offering and on the organization's website, as the recruiters occasionally skim over each resume and depend on only the keyword matches. So, and what they do is that they depend only on the keyword matches. Moreover, recruiters usually utilize work programs, and these work programs, what they do is the work programs help to examine resumes, selecting those that contain matching words and tossing away others. So, what they do basically is they use this to make sure that as they use as many keywords as they can. So make sure that you use as many keywords as you can to improve your resume, but you don't need to invent experiences only for keyword sake. For you to stand out, you need to mention and be able to sell the skills and talents that you got that are really relevant to the job. Finally, your resume length should not go beyond the maximum of 2 pages. So the maximum you're looking at is 2 pages, nothing more. This brings us to the end of how to prepare a resume for Canadian employer. So if you found this information really valuable and you're eager for more, most updated information and other immigration tips to successfully migrate, subscribe to our channel. Like and share our videos, notification button, so you can have all the new videos come straight to your gadget as we upload them. If you need any help with specifics or individualized services in particular, please feel free to contact us at visapathfinders@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and we do hope this video has been incredibly helpful. Thank you and see you some other time. Bye.